Angeles' Parking Violations Bureau. For English, press 1.
Is there some sort of complaint filed with a court?
No, not necessarily, sir. This is a debt owed to the City of Los Angeles that's going to be handled by a collections agency. There will be no court warrant or anything of that nature. This is just a warning of what the City of Los Angeles is authorized to do if the ticket remains open.
What evidence is there to support the allegations on the letter?
The requirement for a parking violation to be issued is the fact that it is issued. The license plate of the vehicle is written down when the officer issues the violation, as well as the VIN number if available, and that is what the proof would be, sir.
Is there any evidence to support that allegation?
That is the evidence, sir. The ticket itself.
Beyond the ticket, is there any other evidence?
That would be it, sir. The fact that a ticket was issued to your vehicle.
Are there any witnesses that can testify to that?
There's no requirement for a witness, sir. This does not go through the court system. This is the debt accumulated with the City of Los Angeles.
So there's no actual legal process?
No, sir. At this point, the other evidence that we have that you received the violation is the fact that you called in when you received the ticket on April 23rd, 2012.
Is there an allegation of injury?
Of injury, sir?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Is there any way I could speak with maybe like an attorney? Maybe from your department?
No, there's no legal department that we can transfer you to.
There's no legal department?
No, sir.
Is this the Parking Violations Bureau?
Yes, sir.
Why was the letter I got captioned from the Office of the City Attorney?
The notices are mailed up by the City of Los Angeles, which has the authority to write this Office of City Attorney, Los Angeles, California. But all inquiries, like I've stated, are handled by the Parking Violations Bureau. It has the seal of California because it is authorized by that department.
And factually, is the Parking Violations Bureau a privately held for-profit corporation?
We are contracted by the City of Los Angeles to handle the parking tickets.
And the Parking Violations Bureau is a private corporation, is that right?
Again, this is a contracted operation by the City of Los Angeles. We're contracted through them. If you want any more information in regards to that, you can contact 311, which is City Information. They'll be more than willing to answer those questions for you.
Are you claiming that a civil liability exists for $185?
What is that supposed to mean, sir? This is a parking ticket.
Is there a $185 civil liability in this matter?
Parking ticket, sir. You have the information in front of you. I don't understand what these questions are about, sir. The tickets have these amounts because they were never paid. They were assessed penalties. It's listed in all the letters, sir. What happens when tickets aren't paid?
Is there someone that I could speak to that could answer that question if you don't understand the question?
Sure, I could see if they're available. Thank you for holding. I do apologize for the wait. At this time, all of our supervisors are assisting other citizens due to a high call volume. What I can do is take down the information for a supervisor to return your call.
Okay.
What number can you be reached at?
352.
52. I've inputted that into the system. A supervisor will return your call within 48 hours. Thank you for calling.
Are you the same as the LA Department of Transportation, or are you a separate?
No, we're the Parking Violation Bureau. We're contracted by the City of Los Angeles.
So who is my ticket with? Is it with the Parking Violations Bureau,
It was
or
issued by a parking enforcement in the City of Los Angeles.
parking enforcement? Is that a separate department, or?
Parking enforcement is the actual officers who gave you the tickets for parking incorrectly. Now, once the ticket is issued and you disagree with the ticket or you want to pay for it, then it comes to us. We handle the actual ticket after it's issued.
And you guys are ACS, is that right?
ACS, sir.
Oh, really? Who's ACS?
ACS, sir. How did you get that name? I'm not sure. ACS.
I was under the impression that a company called ACS was a subsidiary of...
You see, to my understanding, sir, we're subcontracted by the city. ACS is the company that actually is contract us to take these calls, to handle this contract.
Are you not supposed...
We're not ACS.
Are you not supposed to disclose to the public? I mean, did they tell you not to tell people that call in that you work for ACS?
Yes, they don't take phone calls, sir. I mean, any other information you have regarding a contract, you're going to need to call 311 for information.
Oh, have you specifically been told by your boss not to give out, that you're supposed to hide that from us, that you're really working for ACS?
We don't give all that information, no. So if you want to get more information regarding that, then contact 311.
Oh, so you guys, so it's your policy to actively withhold facts that are pertinent to these traffic tickets, is that correct?
What do you mean by that, sir?
Well, you're making a claim that I owe $185 to a parking violations bureau. If the Parking Violations Bureau is actually ACS and you're trying to cover that up, that's that you're trying to conceal who the actual complaining party is in this matter. That's I'm not trying to find out if that's what's actually going on. If they tell you not to disclose that you in fact work for ACS.
Well, there's no need for us to actually tell you that information, sir, because we're basically here to take the calls.
And the Parking Violations Bureau actually handles the actual process as in terms of looking into whether the allegations are true. If someone wants to contest the allegations of the parking ticket, is that right?
Correct. If they want to contest the ticket, if they want to pay for it, we're here to answer their questions on how to pay or how to contest.
And they contest it through the Parking Violations Bureau. Do you think that that's a fair procedure, that they have the claim that they can process those tickets and then not tell the people whose tickets they're processing that they in fact are ACS? You don't think they have a duty to disclose that as part of the...
We're not ACS. And parking tickets are contested. If you contest them by mail, you basically are sending the letter to the Parking Violation Bureau, but they're forwarded to the city for review. If you contest it online, the same thing.
So do you work for ACS or not?
Yes, sir. We're self-contracted.
So in your capacity as an employee of the Parking Violations Bureau, you are working for ACS, is that correct?
Correct, because we're self-contracted, yes.
You're employees of a private for-profit corporation, correct?
Correct.
And that corporation is ACS?
That's correct.
And ACS is basically Xerox Corporation?
Again, sir, all that information you need to contact 311.
So you're not willing to disclose the true nature of these proceedings, then?
But they have 311, sir, so you could get all the information.
So you're not giving full disclosure when you make these determinations that when you weigh the evidence, that procedure of weighing the evidence, you don't give full disclosure of what the proceedings really are? That they're just a private company trying to extort money? Is that correct?
Okay, sir, any questions you have regarding the contract, you need to contact 311.
And what are those penalties? Are those a civil liability, or are you alleging that there's a civil liability there?
I don't know what you mean by civil liability, sir. Basically,
well,
whenever a parking ticket is issued, there's consequences if they're not paid within a time frame. And this is what happened. They added a total of 3 penalties. The first penalty is the same amount of the ticket. It doubles. Second penalty was $25, and the last penalty was $24.
So you're alleging that I owe $185, but what is the basis for claiming that you are owed the money? Have you provided did I take something from, are you alleging that I took something that cost $185 or that you provided a service to me that you're billing me $185 for? Or are you claiming that I owe that as a civil liability? What is your claim to the $185? Or what are you alleging is your claim?
A parking ticket for parking during street cleaning, and because it wasn't paid, there's penalties.
How does a parking ticket create an obligation to pay you? Why are you entitled to demand money? Are you alleging that the Parking Violations Bureau suffered an injury as a result of where I parked my car?
The street sweeper couldn't clean the street if your vehicle was there, and it's not us. Remember that we're just here to advise you how to pay or how to contest the ticket. The money goes to the city of Los Angeles.
And how much money do they make off of these tickets? Is it a...
I don't know, sir. We don't keep track of that.
You don't keep... Your business doesn't keep track of how much profits it's making?
Not us personally, sir. No, we don't keep track of how much profit they made off the ticket.
Is it a fact that you're making about $150 million a year off of these tickets?
I don't know that, sir. I can't answer that question.
That's what's been reported.
I don't know, sir.
If you're are you alleging that I caused $185 worth of damage to someone? What is this $185 you're claiming?
This is for not paying the ticket on time. Now, I do see here that the previous representative who you talked to took your information for a supervisor to call you back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So a supervisor will call you back, sir, within the next 48 hours.
And will they have that information available, like how much you guys are making off these tickets?
I don't believe so, sir. They're going to call you regarding the actual parking ticket.
Well, I think it's pretty pertinent to know how much profit you guys stand to figure, because if you're in a position to judge these and you're making millions off of them, I think you're going to be calls into a question your bias, to say the least, if it's not outright, demonstrative of bias.
Okay, sir. Well, your information is here for a supervisor to call you back, okay?
And what is your claim to those penalty monies that you're demanding?
So you're asking a lot of questions that I'm sorry I cannot answer. So that's why they took a callback information. My supervisor will call you back.
Who was it that made that finding at your company that the ticket was valid when I contested it?
City of Los Angeles Parking Violations Bureau, sir?
The Bureau made that determination?
The City of Los Angeles Parking Violations Bureau.
Made that determination?
Correct, yes.
And what is the individual's name that...
You can request that in writing, sir. I can go ahead and give you the P.O. Box. It's P.O. Box 30247, Los Angeles, California, and 90030.
And can I get the name of the person that made the determination?
I can't give you the name, sir, since I'm not able to view it. That's why I provided you that P.O. Box, so you can write your request, and that information will be mailed out to you.
On this letter I have, it has it looks like it's demanding $185.
Right. That's the amount that is owed at this point, sir, for this outstanding citation.
And then this letter I have, it has a caption at the top of the page. It says, Office of the City Attorney, Los Angeles, California. And then it has the phone number for you guys on the letter. I called the Office of the City Attorney. They didn't seem that they think that they had sent it out. Is this letter from... Who is this letter from? Is it from the Office of the City Attorney? Do you know?
That's only an approval, sir, that's a city letter from the City of Los Angeles Parking Violations Bureau. It is not necessary for that letter to be mailed out from the City Attorney's office.
Oh, why do they use that? Why do they use that letterhead?
Okay, well, in regards to those questions, sir, you can contact the City Attorney for that.
That's how our letters are. If you have any inquiry questions as to why that city stamp is there for the city, from the city attorney, you might want to go ahead and ask them, sir. But that is a valid letter from the city approving, in approval with the city attorney's office.
So are you claiming that I owe $185?
So I don't claim, I don't believe that this, I would probably say that. It's just the outstanding balance that you owe. So there's no claim, sir. That's the information that I'm able to provide you today in regards to the ticket that you just provided me.
So the Parking Violations Bureau is not claiming that I owe $185?
Sir, the balance of the ticket is $185.
You're saying that's the balance of the ticket?
That's the balance of the ticket. That will be correct.
And are they claiming that I owe them that money?
They're advising you, sir, letting you know that that's the outstanding balance owed.
Well, can you tell me if they're claiming that I owe that money?
When you say you're claiming, sir, what is it that you're trying to explain?
Well, I'm asking you yes or no. Either yes, they're claiming I owe $185, or no, they're...
I'm only here to give you the ticket information, and the amount owed is $185.
So, are they claiming that I owe $185?
That's the amount that is owed on the ticket, sir.
So yes or no, are they claiming that I owe $185?
I don't know how you're wording the word claim, sir, so I'm giving you the information in regards to your ticket, and that's how much the ticket is owed at this point.
So you're claiming that I owe $185?
Never in this conversation did I claim anything, sir. I only provided you the information on the ticket.
So you're not claiming that I owe $185?
I'm providing you the information on the ticket, sir, and that's how much is owed.
But you're not claiming that I owe that money. Is that right?
Sir, I'm not understanding your wording. What is it that you're trying to explain?
Well, I'm asking you a question. It's a yes or no question.
Okay, but when you're saying claiming, what is your logic in your claiming? What's your explanation, sir? I'm claiming what, sir? I'm just providing you the information on your ticket. The balance owed, it's $185. That's not a claim. That's the amount owed.
So there's not a claim that I owe $185? Is that what you're saying?
An amount owed, sir, and the amount of $185.
So there's no claim for $185. Is that correct?
Sir, like I said, there is an amount owed of $185.
But you're not actually making a claim that there's $185 owed. Is that right?
You can word it however you will like that. It's fine. I'm only providing you the information on your ticket. The amount owed, it's $185.
You're saying that that's how much is owed on the ticket. Is that correct?
That will be correct, yes.
I'm asking if there's a claim that I owe that money.
When you say claim, sir, what is it that you're trying to explain? I'm not going to agree or disagree on something that I don't understand, sir.
You want to know what the word claim means?
Yeah, I know what it means, sir, but I'm not claiming anything. I'm giving you the information in regards to your ticket. It's not a claim.
So you're saying you have no claim to $185 then?
The amount owed is $185, sir.
But you have no claim to it, is what you're saying?
You can word it any way you want to, sir.
Well, I'm asking you, yes or no. Do you claim that or not?
Sir, I'm not going to subject to your comments and how you would like for me to word things to your accordance. So I will refrain from you to say a yes or no claim when I'm providing you the information of the citation, sir. So if you're asking me what is the amount of the ticket is $185, sir.
Oh, that's not what I asked. I asked if you have a claim of $185.
It's not a claim, sir. It's an amount of $185.
So there is no claim. You're stating for the record there is no claim of $185?
I'm not saying that, sir. Like I said, I will refrain from answering any of the questions, sir. The amount owed is $185.
You said it's not a claim. Are you saying it's not a claim?
Sir, if that's what you would like for me to reframe or would like for me to say, I'm just giving you the amount and the information on your ticket, sir. That's all.
But you won't tell me if you have a claim against me for $185.
Sir, tickets are not handled like court tickets. So this is the amount owed on a parking ticket.
How are they not handled like court tickets? What's the difference? Is this call being recorded?
That is being recorded, sir.
Excellent. Let the record reflect that you're refusing to answer the questions then?
Sir, I'm not going to subject to a question that you will like me to answer it and you figured it's speech. So yes, I will refrain from that, sir. I am giving you the information on the ticket for a parking with the City of Los Angeles Parking Violations Bureau.